Tired of the spin? Sick of the noise? BS with Joe. Cutting through the show, truth bombs drop. Now everybody knows. Red, white, blue, but never just one view. It's the real, raw take, straight to you. This is BS with Joe. Let's get into it.
So you turn on the news and see the same words. You scroll online, you find the same garbage. You watch the protests and protests ignite and then vanish, like somebody pulled the plug. It isn't just politics anymore. This is a democratic crisis.
Yes, it is. And the Democrats will say it's because Trump's in office. Now, this is BS with Joe. Like, share, subscribe. So we're going to be talking about...
Today, the BS is broken system.
Yeah, the system is broken. We're trying to fix it. And I think Trump's doing a bang-up job fixing it.
Well, I mean, the crisis is that citizens are told to shut up and comply, where the media reads from a script, and the citizens are charged to pretend that the public servants are, while the public servants are ignoring us.
Yeah,
And-
well, a lot of them are.
Yeah. And the kicker, the moment the FBI said that they were looking into the funding for these protests, they stopped.
Wow. But that's not under Trump's administration.
Yes.
Oh, it is?
Yes,
Wow.
Kash Patel said he's looking into the funding for this, the protests in LA and Portland.
Uh-huh.
They stopped
Wow.
because the money dried up.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you follow it to a wall and you can't get past that wall,
Yeah.
there's nothing more to investigate.
Right.
And which, if the money's drying up, that's good. That means it's possibly something that was funded through Doge that Doge cut.
Yeah, see here.
Yeah. That's through Yahoo News, well, the Washington Times, and Fox News.
Yep. Yeah,
And the Daily
believe it or
Beast.
not. Fox News, actually, lately, I've noticed that Fox News is starting to actually set up some real news.
Yes. The news, I think, news stations and cable broadcasting, I think they're starting to realize, hey, they got to actually report news.
Yeah. There's been a couple of things that have come out on Fox recently, and I'm like, wow, they actually said that. That's cool.
Yeah. It's still hard to watch.
Still really, really biased. But
Because a lot of the reports are either false or the numbers are not right or something's wrong. Currently they're kind of doing that with Trump's tariffs. His tariffs are doing really well, and they're trying to say it's not working or it's not. They're not talking about it.
well, recently, today, as a matter of fact, they attacked Trump for raising the tariffs on India because he's going to be at like 50%.
Yeah.
But there's a reason.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, the thing is, the tariffs are. He's just trying to make free trade.
Right.
The U.S. We've had tariffs on us. When we go to purchase anything from there, they raise their cost of their goods.
I think a lot of what he's done and what he's trying to do is give the country back to the people.
Yes.
Yet a lot of the people are flipping out over it.
Well, I think it's only the people who don't understand how
It's the deep state
economic
fighting
works.
back.
Oh yeah, the deep state. The deep state don't want the people to have any kind of power. They want to have all the power.
So here's a couple of statistics for you. Only 31% of Americans trust the media, to be fair and accurate.
It's true. I don't watch the media. Most of my content I get is from X, YouTube, Instagram, and Truth Social.
Daily Wire.
Daily Wire, yeah.
And then only 22% say they trust the federal government to do the right thing.
That's about right. And I totally get that. It's one of those kind of things like, I think we've talked about it, where when you call the cops, you gotta be cautious because you could be even the one arrested, even though you were the one that called the cops for help that you needed.
Yeah.
That happened here in Florida. There was a man at a swimming pool who was just minding his own business. a couple come up, and I guess he has some words with the gentleman's wife. The gentleman branded a firearm towards the individual. The individual then left, called the cops. When the cops arrived, the cop immediately arrested the individual that called the cops. And he was just wearing a bathing suit and a cell phone.
Okay.
Yeah. I can't remember where it happened, the individuals involved, but I did see the video from the body cam of the police officer in question, and she was terminated and then later on rehired.
Okay.
Yeah. So, how do you trust the government whenever you came and, call the government to help you and assist you, and they can't? You also look at what's happened with FEMA,
Right.
and things are currently going on with FEMA. It's making it difficult to trust the government. I believe we should be more reliant, get to know your neighbors, your friends, your community, get involved with them, and then you have resources to get a hold of in cases of emergencies.
Let's also talk about the implosion of the Democratic Party.
Oh yeah, they're imploding. You look at Texas, what's gone on in Texas.
Yep.
So, you want to lead in with that, Joe?
Well, first let's start at the beginning with Joe Biden.
Joe Biden, yes.
How long did the media and the Democratic Party lie to us about his health?
Not only his health, but they went from unscripted questions to now scripted questions, pre-recorded,
Right.
not live, and kind of led him into softball questions.
And then the DNC was blocking primary debates and forcing voters to accept pre-selected candidates.
Oh yeah, and then when Joe Biden stepped down and they elected Kamala Harris without even having
There was
a
no
runoff,
primary.
there was no primary to have her put in place for Joe Biden.
I mean, they're complaining that there wasn't time, but just concede.
Yes.
Anyway, and then grassroots Dems wanted Tulsi R.K. Jr. and Marianne Williamson, all ignored, and they tried to defame them and make them look like they were complete morons.
Yeah, and they were trying to run to try to get the primary,
Right.
and they were ignored. So,
And then there's the border crisis, inflation, crime concerns. It's all been downplayed, and they're gaslighting us.
oh yeah, and
Sorry, am I making you angry?
no, yeah, a little bit. A lot of it has to go from spending. So the government spends all this cash, all this money, and I get it. Even the Republicans have with Trump with COVID and
Talking about Project Veritas?
where he gave out tons of money to everybody, and then the
stimulus checks.
stimulus checks and the PPP
the
programs.
PPP loans. The government is the SBC, I think. They're going after all these people that had fraudulent PPP loans.
Yes,
Because it was really easy at the time to just lie and say you had a business and they'd send you thousands of dollars.
right.
Well, now the SBC is going through those and saying, well, you never started a business.
Yeah, you never created a business. You never paid your employees with this money,
Right.
or you
You didn't have any employees.
you didn't have any employees.
Right.
And that created so much inflation, but yet inflation's been going on for decades before that. You look at the bailouts of the banks. That's what infuriates me the most, because homes were affordable, then all of a sudden they were approving all these loans that people couldn't afford, which inflated housing prices. Yeah. And once the housing prices get inflated, and
Investors.
people, yeah,
The investors stepped in.
the investors step in.
That's how many homes are owned by investors.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah.
So it's basically right now is I don't know what the nationwide is because I didn't really look into that. But in the Orlando area, 1 in 5 homes is owned by an investor.
Wow. Therefore, it's probably rented out to an individual.
Exactly.
So it's
Yes.
owned by BlackRock
But
or some sort of
no,
organization.
actually, the majority of them are owned by small investors that own between 1 and 5 properties.
I get that. So they're community. They're probably community members.
Right.
If they own those small numbers.
But you know how before I was talking about there's a housing crisis in Orlando, and housing is getting too expensive.
Yes.
This is part of it.
Oh yeah. And so what I'm sure this is just speculation. What it is these individuals probably got these loans to buy all these homes, rented them out, and was thinking, well, I could cash in, I could store some cha-ching from raising the
because
rent
the
value.
the investor owned homes jumped in 2020.
Yeah. And
They also jumped in 2008.
yeah, 2008 they jumped big, and I could see that because I kind of did that in Colorado. I bought a house that was way bigger than I should have afforded, and I thought, well, the only way for me to afford this, and the reason why I got it is because I loved the house, and I lived in it. And then I had friends. I figured I'll have split, give them a room and charge them rent, and be able to pay for the extra cost of the house, so that way I can make ends meet. Well, that worked out until my friends weren't very good at paying me, and so then
I was just gonna say, how'd that work out for you?
yeah, and so I looked into refinancing it, and I got the home actually in 2001. And I tried to refinance it in 2007, just before the housing collapse. And they were trying to get me into a variable interest loan where the interest changed every 5 years. So the interest would go up every 5 years. So I'm not even paying the principal on it on my first year. It's just interest. And then my payments would go up higher because the interest rate would be going up. So they would manipulate what you're paying, and so it would make it easy for me to afford it for the next 5 years. But I would never own the home because I could never afford it at that point.
Yeah.
And there was so many people that were bought into that, and it's a scam, and it was a scam, and they lost their homes to that.
Right.
And when you go to purchase a home like that, you're putting, $5,000-$10,000 down payment to own that home.
Yeah. You have to have skin in the game.
Yeah, and you're going to lose all that after 5 years of paying less payments.
Right.
And there's just no way of getting out of it. It was very predatory, but it was allowed. And that's what caused a lot of our housing crisis in 2008 and all these other things. And
but this episode is mainly about the Democratic crisis.
right. But I believe that's part of that was fueled because
So let's define Democratic crisis. What are we talking about?
financial.
Yeah.
Because
Part of it.
the biggest part of it is finances. Then the other part of it is rule of law.
Well, the common signs of a Democratic crisis are civil unrest,
Civil unrest.
media consolidation or bias, political parties ignoring the base.
They definitely ignored the base in 2008 with the housing crisis.
And government institutions weaponized for political use.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
FBI, CIA.
Oh yeah. And then you even look at COVID. COVID was big. All that.
So yeah,
was under
we
COVID.
are definitely in a Democratic crisis.
Oh yeah. Especially now, and that's partially why Trump got elected.
It is.
And
Because
that's
he said he would drain the swamp, and people really want that swamp drained.
and he's working on
And
it.
they're still fighting him so hard.
Well, you look at what's going on in Texas with gerrymandering.
Right. You know, the funny thing is, all these Democrats that ran and fled from the gerrymandering went to Illinois.
Yes.
Okay? Illinois is the most gerrymandered state in the country.
Oh yeah.
And who gerrymandered it? The Democrats.
The Democrats. Oh yeah, the Democrats used gerrymandering for decades to get seats in the House.
Right. And now they're complaining, oh, you can't do this. This is gerrymandering. You can't do that. They used it for years.
Yeah, you look at Schiff's district. It goes through 4 different cities.
You know, Schiff is officially being investigated now.
Yes, he is, because he says his primary residence is in this state. No, my primary residence in this state.
Right.
You can't be a primary resident in several states.
Right.
You can't be all these places at once.
Nope.
And that's the same thing they were trying to accuse Trump of.
Yep.
And Jasmine Crockett may lose her seat too, with gerrymandering in Texas. Now gerrymandering is now going against them, where it was always helping them before.
We'll see how far the Texas governor, Abbott, I think his name is.
Abbott.
We'll see how far he goes. I mean, he said that he's going to arrest and remove all these Democrats from office.
Well, first he's got to arrest them, bring them back,
Right.
to actually deal with this gerrymandering. And they're trying to say, oh, well, the census hasn't happened yet. Well, if you look at the last 5 years, how many people moved since COVID?
I don't think that's that high.
Oh, there's a lot of people that moved.
A lot of people moved out of blue states.
And into Texas.
Yeah.
And into Florida.
Yeah.
And all these other states. So if a lot of people moved because, oh, you got to work remotely. Well, I don't want to work here in New York. Let me move to Florida where I can work and be in a warm environment in the wintertime.
I did hear rumblings about a mid-census
Yes,
possibly happening.
that could possibly happen. Because normally the gerrymandering happens after a census.
Right.
Now, the reason why they're redrawing all these districts now is because so many people have moved that now those representatives really don't represent the people in those districts anymore.
Right.
So they're redrawing the districts. And they need to do this before the midterms. And so that's why they're doing all this. Because then they can go to this district's going to be voting for this Republican, this Democrat. This district's going to be voting for this. Mm-hmm. And that's how they're going to manipulate the seats in the House.
I mean, okay, yes, I agree. Gerrymandering it's conniving.
Mm-hmm.
It's dishonest.
Mm-hmm.
But it is part of the system.
It has. It's been a part of our system
since day one.
Well, not day one, but
for a very
long time.
Yeah.
Gerrymandering has been involved in our country before. Free elections were held amongst free people, and you didn't have to be a landowner. Matter of fact, the word gerrymandering was from one of the vice presidents, Jerry. I can't remember his name, but that was where the term gerrymandering.
When was the first district gerrymandered? 1812.
Yeah, 1812.
Massachusetts state government.
Yep.
Governor Elbridge Gerry.
Yep.
There you go.
Therefore, gerrymandering.
Yes. And it benefited the Democratic Party.
Yes, it did. That's what's happening. That's what needs to happen. And if we don't do it, we're not going to get seats that properly, I believe, represent the people.
I don't know. I mean, you can gerrymander it to the point where they don't represent the people anymore. Look at the Chicago area.
Oh yeah, you look at the maps of the districts. They don't make any sense. But they draw them that way because they're like, oh, I have a bunch of Democrat constituents down here and up here, but if I didn't connect them, I wouldn't have enough votes to stay in office.
Right.
So now I got to draw a circle around this city, this city, this city, and tie them all together.
In some cases, there's two sections that are just connected on the center of a road.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which, okay, if that's the case, let's just, have.
I wish I had some visuals to show this.
Yeah. But you could, if that was the case, you could just draw a grid pattern and just do votes that way, and that's the number of votes. But that's the way you would think it would be done, but it's not done that way.
That's the way it was done originally.
Before 1812.
Right. Before gerrymandering became a thing.
Yep.
And it wasn't a grid pattern, it was by the city.
City, township,
Yeah.
communities.
Yeah. And, yes, the cities had districts that were led by aldermen or whatever else they were called at the time. Mm-hmm. And those, it was just, it made sense the way they were laid out because it was just geographic. It wasn't done by, the census says that I've got Democrats over here and there's Republicans over here. Let's make this area my district because there's all Democrats and we'll shove the Republicans over there.
Yep. That's what's going on.
Yeah.
And
Well, it's the opposite happening right now in Texas, but
right. Well, actually, it's the same thing that's happening in Texas. It's just that they're getting smaller and smaller pieces.
well, it's going towards the Republicans, is what I'm saying.
Because there's more and more Republicans moving to those cities or those states.
Yeah.
And they're upset about it. They're leaving the state. Now, here's the thing. It's not a federal crime to leave the state, which in midterm, well, it's they call it a congregation.
Okay.
Congress, congregate.
Okay.
Mid where they're congregating and deliberating the gerrymandering districts. Quorum. That's it.
There was some federal law that he was citing that they've.
Well, yeah, they broke quorum. Broke quorum can lead them to being censored and other things because that's just not right. That's actually violating their constituents because they're no longer representing.
But they left because they knew they couldn't win, so they wouldn't be representing their constituents.
So I'm not playing this game because I can't win, so I'm leaving and I'm going to Illinois. Is what they're doing.
Yeah.
And when they went to Illinois, now they have to pay for all this off their own dime.
Yeah, there was one that went to Paris, actually.
Yeah, if any of this comes out of funding or if somebody gives this to them for breaking quorum, that then is a federal crime. So if they leave, they go to Paris, they go to Illinois, they go to stay at these fancy places, it needs to be on their own dime. If it's not on their own dime and it's given to them as a gift, or if it comes out of contributory funds for the Democratic Party of any kind,
well, let's follow the money.
Yeah.
I guarantee somebody's going to jail.
Yes, because that's a felony.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I don't want to jail the people that are representing the Democratic Party.
Do.
I don't. I'd rather have them there and having their say because I believe in our democracy.
Well, I
think that they should have their say.
I believe in democracy, but I also believe in rule of law. If you have all these laws in place and you don't enforce them, what's the point?
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying they should be there, not running off to Illinois.
Oh yeah. Well, just the fact that they broke quorum, I believe they should lose their representation of. They should never be allowed to represent their state or their district again.
I agree.
Because you're no longer doing the task that you told the people you were going to do, and you're now fleeing the state like a criminal. And you know what their response was to all this?
No.
They came out with a thing because they're from Texas. Come and take it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, come and take it's been a Texas slang, Texas term for a very long time.
I think it was before Texas was a state.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I think they should go and get them. I think they should bring them back. and they should be investigated on where they're, follow the money.
Yeah.
And if they did do a federal crime, they should, at the very minimal, be impeached from office.
Well, yeah. That creates a void, unfortunately.
Well, then they could put somebody else in that void.
Yeah.
Then, guess what? You get to elect someone else.
Yeah.
Someone that more wants to represent you. Because when they flee the state like that, they don't want to represent you. They want to represent the Democratic Party.
They want to represent the party, exactly.
The party and not the people.
Yep. And I think that's a lot of the problem with our government.
Yeah, because they're wanting to protect their party. They're wanting to protect their constituents or their donors. They don't want to protect or work for the people.
Well, the people are the constituents.
Well, unless you're
supposed to be.
Yeah, but the constituents are the ones that give them the money, not the vote.
Right.
Because more and more of the voters are actually swaying towards the Republicans, and that's why Trump won. That's why you're having these big swings and these big, you look at DeSantis. DeSantis won his second term,
right,
in a landslide because of what he was doing.
Well, he didn't really have any competition.
He didn't.
And the one, did you see the guy that's going to run for governor of the Democratic Party? Have you seen any of?
I saw a little.
That guy's scary.
He is very scary.
He came right out and said he doesn't believe in the Second Amendment. Believes it should be changed.
Oh yeah, it's the first thing he'll do is he'll go for your guns, and all this other stuff, and everything that's been going on, and they want to restrict your ability to protect yourself, is flat out socialism.
Right. We'll get into what's going on with that in Canada. When we do the Wexit episode.
Yeah. Now, more to come on that. Now, there is a Second Amendment tax holiday for us in Florida.
That's right. That's a month-long tax holiday.
It is almost month-long. I think it starts April or September 8th to the 31st.
Yeah.
So
almost the whole month.
Yes, I am actually planning on buying a shotgun.
Well, you said you wanted one for a long time.
I have.
You going over under?
I'm over under.
Okay.
For those who don't know, I am a Second Amendment enthusiast, and I have shotgun, but it's more of a home defense shotgun.
It's a tactical shotgun.
Yeah, it's a tactical shotgun. I want to get another shotgun because I enjoy shooting clays, and I've had my eye on one, and I'm going to pull the trigger come this holiday.
12?
12, yep. 12 gauge.
Yeah, typical clay shooter.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'm going to enjoy that, and you should too. I believe anybody that has the ability to own a firearm should own a firearm. That's the number one way to piss off a Democrat.
There's actually clubs out here where you can join the club, and you drive out there and tell them, or you pay in advance for how many birds you want released into their field. And you can go out and shoot pheasants.
Oh, yeah, and actually shoot pheasants and
chuckers.
And doves and chuckers, yeah. My sister, she's a dog trainer. She trains German Shorthair Pointers.
Those are great bird dogs.
And she's got a couple of...
runners are really good, too.
Yeah. She's got a couple of great bird dogs. She's proud of training them. She loves training dogs. And she's got a couple of dogs now that... She's got one that's still somewhat of a puppy. And she's going to skip junior. And she's going to go straight to masters with this dog. So he's going to do a master's course for bird hunting. And see if she can win any ribbons for him.
Cool.
Yeah. She's won a couple of masters with a couple of dogs and a couple of juniors.
Good for her.
For local, there in Lakeland.
Awesome.
Yeah. I know it's off topic, but yeah, the Democratic Party, social unrest, and how all this is coming about. And Oh, that must have been.
It's a wind.
That's the wind. And there goes our sunshade. So we're probably a little overexposed
Blown
right now.
out right now.
Yeah.
All right,
So,
so like, share, subscribe,
leave a comment.
please. Yeah, we've got a storm rolling in.
Yeah.